Welcome. This has taken a little bit of setting up today. It's been quite interesting, hasn't it, Frey? She's hiding out of shot here at the moment. It's been quite interesting getting this all set up today.
Technology day.
Yeah, but I think we're there.
Yeah.
Definitely less stressed. And if you saw the short that went on earlier, two ladies gave us both the best giggle. Lisa, who's hiding back there, and Anne, who was in helping today. Anyway, we've got an awful lot to cover, so I don't even know where to start. Okay, so back here we've got Nero, and as much as he wants tonight to be all about him, he's going to have to take a back seat. Now, before we actually went live, he's been here trying to chew my hat, trying to chew my hair, trying to pick up teddy bear over here, the cushions. Oh, he's coming in for the kill again. So anyway, Frey and Lisa are going to be his slaves for this evening. They're going to be massaging his ego while I try not to get too distracted, because I have got a lot to share about what's been going on behind the scenes of behind the scenes. I've just realised I've still got my glasses on. Oh, Nero. He is going to just steal the thunder. I will need to put my glasses on if I've got any chance of reading any of your comments. But actually, I'm not going to read a lot of the comments for now, because I'm going to leave Frey and Lisa to look at those. So as I say, I almost don't know where to start, so please forgive me. Sorry. How can I say anything serious when I've got this behind me? You are such a clown. Oh, you just can't help but love him. You really can't. So yeah, if I jump from one thing to another, please do forgive me. And Frey's going to try and keep me on track, because let's face it, when I did a live raffle the other week, I even forgot the raffle. So yeah. I'm never going to live that one down. Anyway, please do ask questions along the way, but we're not going to answer them as we go, because I've asked Frey and Lisa to keep an eye on those questions. And then what we'll do is we'll have some time at the end of all of this where we can answer some of the questions. But you might find as we go through this evening that there's two very special ladies who I know, if I glance over at the screen, I know that they're already joining us live tonight, and they may well answer some of your questions as we go. If you start dribbling on me, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. Frey's got the spot. You see, how can I not be distracted? You know?
He says it's a test.
He says, it's all about me.
Yes, he knows exactly where the
right.
camera is.
I need to get on with that. I really need to get on with that. Okay, so I'm going to start by taking you on a little trip back in time, about 15 months ago, before this young fella came into our lives. And back then, life here was pretty much the same as it is today in some respects. Primarily, the horses always came first. You know, they've always come first.
Child.
And much of the time, we were really in basic survival mode, as we had been for many years, relying on the income from our visitors coming to spend time with the horses, that then enabled us to care for the horses. But frankly, breaking even in itself was a win, and any plans to repair or even upgrade any of our facilities here felt completely out of reach for a long, long time. Now, I say that, but we had a storm several years ago, Storm Arwen, and because of that, because fortunately we were insured, and let's face it, we know that insurance is only for big incidents. Because of that storm, we were able to renovate one of our barns into this incredible space that I dreamed about for a very long time. And that space is our friendship barn that we're sat in now, our Friesian friendship barn. Now, we wanted to challenge more the notion that a horse is simply here just to work for us, because as we all know, all of us in our community here, we know that they have so much more to offer than just being treated as a commodity at the expense of their welfare and happiness. And we all believe that Friesians, to be honest, most animals absolutely thrive on human interaction. But it's that special kind of interaction where you take the time to sit with an animal quietly, to truly understand them and to learn to listen to their language. That's what brings out the magic. I've seen it time and time again with visitors that have walked into this barn from all walks of life, whose hearts have been truly touched by these horses. If they come in with Nero, their heart will probably be eaten by Nero, let's face it. You know, just yesterday we had a lovely lady and her elderly, slightly immobile mother that came into the Friendship Barn. We paired them up with Hida, a horse who we know loves being groomed, is really gentle and gentle enough for somebody who's unsteady on their feet to be around. And the joy on their faces when they came out of here was priceless. And even better still, Hida, who got so much adoration and attention, was so chilled out for the rest of the day. He was so, so happy. And then we had Hoitzer. You know, he had a young girl, Scarlett, who was celebrating her 11th birthday, who he welcomed into his favourite space on the farm, his stable stays, and he helped create some incredible memories for her that are going to last her a lifetime. And, you know, he thoroughly enjoyed being the centre of her world, just as Nero wants to be the centre of everybody's world. So, anyway, for years we've been blessed with this wonderful community of like-minded people who share our love for these incredible horses. And thanks to YouTube, and yes, of course this boy behind me, our community has grown and changed quite dramatically over the last 15 months. We've met some really wonderful people, even if it is just virtually, who believe in the way that we treat animals, especially our Friesian horses, who've been part of what we do here for the last nearly 2 decades now. So, before Nero's arrival, there were 2 major projects that we originally had planned for 2024. However, all the horses and the universe had other ideas about what our priorities should be through that year. And those plans had to be put on the back burner. So tonight, I can hardly believe that we've got to this point, because this has been so long in the making, but I am so excited to tell you that both of those projects not only have come to fruition now, but they are live and active right now. And I'm going to tell you more about it as we go on. So I know you want me to cut to the chase, tell you why I brought you in here for this live this evening and what it is I'm going to announce. And I'm sorry if they're more exciting to me than all of you, but you know, you'll hear why in a minute. So I'm going to start with the one that most obviously gives our horses the most happiness. They'll get more attention, they'll get more adoration, and one that benefits them and our visitors right here in our Friendship Barn. Now, what on earth are you doing back there? Oh, go on. You're going to have to share with everyone now.
The carrots are getting passed through the back window.
No! Oh, I thought we weren't going to do treats. Anyway, right. I don't even want to know who's back there passing carrots through. Oh, it's Child. It's my child, Bailey. Are you coming to join us?
I was actually wanting to leave you guys carrots.
Oh, okay. We weren't going to give him treats because otherwise he gets a little bit rude. But that's okay. We'll forgive you.
They'll make it, you guys.
Anyway, Bailey was doing the carrots at the back window there. He's now disappeared. But anyway, so this space in here, the Friendship Barn, is a truly unique space that, quite frankly, isn't used as often as it should be. And it's a really difficult concept to explain either on video or in words. But having seen how happy the horses are in here and the reactions of those people who have visited, we really wanted to reach a wider audience of basically any animal lovers who could benefit from the really therapeutic power of spending time in here, regardless of their financial or personal situation. So tonight, my first launch. The first thing that I want to officially launch is something called our Sponsor or Be Sponsored campaign, or our programme. Now, this is a concept that's been in the pipeline for probably nearly 2 years now, ever since Tamara actually first came up with the idea. And in my mind, this is a 3-way win programme. So it's going to be a win for those of you who get happiness from helping others. And we know that we've got a wonderful community of people who love to do that. It's a win for those who are going to benefit from that kindness. And it's a win for the sanctuary because it will cover the costs that we need covered to enable us to continue to keep providing this space here. So where does that leave all of you? You know, how can you help with this? So the idea of this programme is that it's designed for anybody who's facing physical, mental or emotional challenges, and this is their chance to experience the healing magic that you can get within this space. And really, who wouldn't love to have time in here? And I know an awful lot of you even just love spending time with us and with the horses in here, so it doesn't even need to be in person. So the starting point is
Sorry, did we ever set the GoPro off?
oh no, we
just on
didn't.
that one. It wasn't flash.
Okay, so
Did
before I go on, is this all coming through loud and clear? Because I was supposed to be filming this on the GoPro as well, but I forgot to press the button. Freya's going to do it now. In case some of this was glitching and you weren't hearing what I was saying, I think that's on time lapse.
Yeah.
Sorry, there's always a technical issue. Thank you, Frey.
Yeah.
So sorry, you've missed the first bit. So you can all hear okay, we're not glitching too much. I'm going to have a quick lull, I'll have to put my glasses on now. Hearing just fine. Thank you, Tara. Hi, Hazel. I'm going to resist the temptation to say hello to everybody, but hello, everybody. I'm just not going to name you right now. So anyway, going back to this, the first thing you can do, I know it's sponsor or be sponsored, but you can be sponsored. So you can nominate yourself, someone you know, or maybe even someone that you don't know personally, who can come along here for a session. So you can select anybody you like and you'll be able to nominate them, and we'll add them to a list of people who can come and spend time in the Friendship Barn with any one of the Friesians of their choice. Alternately, you can choose to nominate somebody and sponsor that person. So just think of how rewarding it is, you know, to help somebody else. You've all helped us, and I know that has been so rewarding for all of you, and we love helping people in the way that we do. So, you know, it's that real feel-good factor. But you can nominate somebody and sponsor that person, sponsor the £150 cost that it is for a session in here. This could be a friend, it could be a family member, or anyone you know who you might not even have ever met them, but it might be somebody who you think would really benefit from time in here. Now, Obviously, we realise that that might be beyond the reach of a lot of people. So for those who aren't in a position to sponsor an entire session in here, you can also contribute to a fund that will cover these sessions. And what will happen is that once that fund reaches £150, the next person nominated on the list of people that we will get from all the nominations, that next person will be offered a session. So even if you're only in a position to sponsor £10, £15, £20, then you can do that and help out somebody who's really going to benefit in here. Now, bringing this programme to life wasn't really just about the idea. You know, in lots of ways, that's the easy bit. The real work was in the design and setup of this. And I'm thrilled to say that our phenomenal quilting queen, you all know her, Diane Cox, she's with us tonight, not in the room, but she's online, has not only helped to design the programme, but will also be managing it for us. Now, along with being our quilting queen, Diane does hold a PhD in occupational therapy, and she's going to laugh at this because I'm going to try and say this right. She's Professor Emerita. I can't say it. I've tried so many times.
You really have today. You keep asking me, and I don't know why you asked
Professor
me.
Diane, help me out here. I can't say. Emerita, and it's a really important position, so I should be able to say it. So I'm really sorry, Diane. You knew this was going to happen. But a professor, whatever it is, of occupational therapy at the University of Cumbria. Somebody should have created that word so that it was easier to say. And I really couldn't imagine a better person for the job. So she's going to be managing this whole programme and keeping that list of nominations, getting in touch with anybody, and you'll be able to ask her any questions. So I hope you're not all laughing at me. I'm glad to see, I can see the little love hearts coming up on the screen, so I'm sorry, I've really embarrassed myself. Go on, you try saying it, Lisa.
I think it's Professor Emerita.
Yeah.
That's how I'm reading it anyway.
Yeah, I've tried numerous times and I still can't get it.
Whether you've got to put a twang on it, I don't know.
So anyway, you're probably wondering how you can get involved in this. But before I dive into that and how you can do it, and you all head off to try and sponsor or nominate somebody, I've got another massive announcement to make that ties all of this together. I want to tell you about another really, really wonderful lady tonight. And this is a lady who is really quite remarkable because she hasn't even visited us yet. It is planned. I believe it's in the pipeline. This lady discovered us when our YouTube channel took off, and around about this time last year, she emailed me about needing to act on her mental calls to action. Mental calls to action. And I loved that. That really, really resonated with me. Now, I'm not always the best wordsmith, but I do live my life by my gut instincts. And I immediately loved her description of this. And what followed over the months to come was a realisation that this lady had this place, its dynamics, and all of us down to an absolute T. Her understanding exceeded even my own understanding of what it's all about. Now, some of you may already know who I'm talking about from her beautifully worded and absolutely insightful comments, either on the videos that we've posted on our channel or during the live chats. And I haven't seen whether she said anything yet, but I'm sure she has. A few of you may even remember that she has something named after her here at the farm. In fact, thank you, Nero, honestly. It's a beautiful, beautiful stone wall alongside Bessie's barn that we have named Jamie's Wall. Now, you might all ask, why are you giving Jamie the spotlight on a Wednesday night live instead of one of the horses? And it's a little bit alien for me to not be talking directly about the horses, but to talk about people. But we love our people. But trust me, this all ties in directly back to them, because after all, it is all about the horses. So I'm going to come back to Jamie, but before I do, I'm going to take you back again, because I know that some of you like to hear a little bit more about the history of this place. So I'm just going to give you another little snippet just to give a backstory of where Jamie comes in and how she's helped out more than I can ever thank her for. I'm going to take you back to 2005, which was when I first founded Black Horses Limited, before the Friesian experience, even though they're really one and the same. And even though I thought I was quite busy then, I clearly wasn't that busy, as I found the time to create a very, very basic website myself. And this was at the time when websites were, you know, relatively new, and certainly creating them yourself was quite challenging. But it is amazing what you can teach yourself to do when funds are limited and you know that the buck stops with you. And I created this website, and even back then, the hearts that these horses touched, just with the few images that I was putting on there, really opened my eyes to a whole new world and a whole new understanding of how different people viewed the purpose of a horse. Anyway, a few years later, I met the wonderfully talented Sandy Kitching. Many of you will know her through the absolutely thousands of iconic images that she's captured of our horses over the years. He's having the time of his life back there. And Sandy revamped the website a few years later. Now, I know a lot of you will think, you know, websites aren't really the most exciting thing to talk about. But how many of you, and I know there'll be a lot of you, get really irritated when a website is out of date or hard to navigate, or worse still, it doesn't really reflect what that organisation is really about? Now, sure, social media helps keep people updated, but the website remains a really important place to showcase what we're all about. And when our purpose evolves, as it has done, and the universe, it's getting late, you see, I still can't talk, and the universe is guiding us to where we're supposed to be, then our website needs to evolve with that too. So during the pandemic, when things really started to change, one of our followers at the time introduced us to the super talented Steve at SF Web. I'm not even going to try and say his surname. I know it, but I'm not doing well this evening. Actually, I'll try. Steve Fantauzi, SF Web. He's brilliant, so talented. And he created a website for us that many of you will have visited over the last few years. And this was primarily focused on the experiences we offer, and it touched a little bit on the sanctuary element, but with times changing, it was clear that the site really needed an update. Now, obviously, having provided both permanent and temporary sanctuary to a number of horses over the years, with Hunnis, Angel Eyes being our first one 10 years ago, followed by Micah, Norcha, Uber, Ice Bear, and now the star of the show, Nero. Hello. Hello. Do you want to come and say hello to everyone? It became really clear that our calling was evolving into being more about a sanctuary for horses and for people. continuing to offer really unique experiences here, one-to-one experiences with the horses that I know have changed lives for not just our horses but for our visitors that have come here over the years. So this brings me back to Jamie, and last year I'd been working with Steve on the website, and the plan was to go live in time for Teddy Bear appearing on Channel 5 in the late spring. But as you know, everything came to a grinding halt because of all the challenges that we had with Teddy. So although Steve updated the website onto a new platform, all the content needed updating and changing to reflect where we were moving to. So in September, this amazing lady, Jamie, she offered to take it off my hands. She offered to take on the project of updating the website. And trust me, having done it myself, I knew what a massively time-consuming job this was going to be that would require real focus and attention to detail, which was something that I just simply don't have the bandwidth for these days, you know, with so much going on. So as you can imagine, I absolutely jumped at her offer, knowing that her really deep understanding of our mission and where we were headed and where we wanted to go would enable her to create something that also took into account not just our needs, but the needs of our community, which for me is as important. Now, as you know, when Nero arrived with us, we took a really bold leap of faith at the beginning of the year, and it's only thanks to all of your incredible response. What are we eating now?
Brush.
The brush.
Bells.
It really has helped us to create such a positive change for the horses and for us and our visitors. So over the past 5 months, Jamie, Steve, along with the most invaluable support from this one here, Frey, who has blown me away with quite how much she's learned about the website, managing the back end of it, dealing with all the merchandise, the events. Between them, they've done so much work to update the content, fill in the gaps. You're not having Teddy Bear. And create a site that I really hope will serve all of you as well as all of us for the foreseeable future. So the website really sharpens the focus on the sanctuary for both horses and people, and will continue to shape what we offer, both in person and online, to attract all animal lovers to our lovely global community, our little Friesian village that we've got here in our wonderful Greenbank bubble. Now, rather than me walking you through all the changes on the website tonight, what we'd really appreciate you doing, not right now while we're live, but once the live's ended, is could you all hop over to the website without crashing it? I don't think that would happen. I don't think we have that many followers right now. But if you could visit the website and have a look through, you'll see all the wonderful work that they've put together. And we'd really welcome your feedback on it. You know, there are probably going to be a few technical glitches, but, you know, we expect that. You know, nothing's perfect straight away. But any feedback you can give us, that would really be great. Now, there are, as I said, I don't want to run through everything on the website, but there are a couple of really important things that I would like to mention, because one of the most important and helpful ways that you can support what it is we do here is through our patron scheme. And those of you who are already patrons or sponsors of any of the individual horses are going to be receiving an email within the next few days, inviting you to subscribe to our newly updated scheme. The new site and the new platform that we're on now is really, really capable. However, in order to safeguard people's financial information, what it didn't do was allow us to automatically transfer any of the payment details from the previous site over to the new site. So to avoid any disruption to your monthly support, please can you keep an eye out for that email and follow the instructions on there, as obviously we would love you all to stay with us. We'd love more of you to join us as patrons. And just as a little hint, you know, for all our patrons who join us, you will be the first to know about our series of open house days that we're going to be running this year, with the first dates already set for May. So if you are a patron or you'd like to join us as a patron, please head over to the new website, take a look. And I know a lot of you won't be able to visit, but if it works out well, we will be able to live stream that, because unlike our open days last year, we're not going to be playing any live music, which raised all sorts of copyright issues last year. So you'll also see on the website more details of our sanctuary scheme and for how you can help us to help more horses, what you can do if you want to offer a foster home to a Friesian in the future. And I found it quite ironic that just before launching the site, which was obviously aimed more at the sanctuary, I had the opportunity to go and visit Harry and Pele, 2 of the Friesians that we put into foster care late last year. Now, I have promised you the video, and in all honesty, without boring you with the details, I've actually uploaded it 4 times to YouTube today, and I've had to take it down for various different reasons. So there's clearly a little more editing I need to do on it before I can share it with you, but that will be appearing as soon as I do it. So aside from those technical difficulties, obviously, as I mentioned, there are going to be some technical details that we need to iron out on the website. And I know that Jamie, Frey and Steve are all on top of this. But if you go on there, you'll see a contact us button. And if you could go on there, send us over any of your comments, any of your questions, and we'll send them out to wherever they need to go for you to get the right answers. You know, some may not warrant a reply. You know, you might just have ideas. Oh, we've lost our infrared. Nero, you've lost your infrared. There you go, you've got it back. He's trying to follow Lisa around there. So anyway, these are the 2 main announcements that I wanted to let you know about this evening. And I really hope that you're all going to join me in thanking the amazing Jamie, Steve, Frey. Nero wants thanking as well, even though he had nothing to do with, yeah, you did have something to do with it. And of course, Diane, for all the work that they've put in over the last 5 months to allow these projects to go live today. You know, it's been a long time coming, and there's been an awful lot of work that's gone on behind the scenes. So please do join me in thanking everybody. Nero wants to thank you too, Jamie and Diane. And Steve, if you happen to be watching, although he's probably busy working on technical glitches on ours or somebody else's website. I even had to contact him today because all our emails went down, but that was nothing to do with the new website. Anyway, before Nero takes over completely, hello, there are a few other things that I want to update you on, and I realise that I've given you a bit of an information overload this evening. Leave Teddy alone and my fingers. But sometimes it's hard for me to keep you up to date with everything going on because there's always so much. I'm going to, if he lets me, I've got some very cute little teddies here. They've been sat beside me and Nero hasn't managed to get them. And if you've not had the chance, oh, they are so gorgeous. If you've not had the chance to view the latest video upload to the channel, then you'll not realise that these were both created by our quilting queen Diane. Now, you don't get both of them, but one very lucky runner-up in the Bear Quilt raffle will get this little fella. This little fella here is going to be the runner-up prize. And isn't he gorgeous? So, on our new website, you will obviously see the link to the raffle tickets for the quilt. And I'm afraid to tell you, there's not 2 runners-up prizes because Diane has very kindly said we could keep this little guy as our own little teddy bear that sits with us in the office. So he's going to stay with us. So head over there, get your raffle tickets. The raffle is running until, Frey, is it June?
July.
July, of course it's July.
9th of
The 9th of July. I should know that.
Yes.
It's a day that we can't forget for various different reasons. But also, I have here, thanks to Wendy, who I hope, Wendy, you're on here. I don't know because I've not seen names. Wendy, who underwent some heart surgery that was really quite frightening for everybody involved. She is back on her feet and she's created 5 more of these gorgeous teddy bear hugs that are live on the new website, thanks to Frey. And it's one of over 90 images that Frey has created for the online store. She has worked non-stop, often into the evenings. Even though I tell her not to work into the evenings, she does. What else? Okay, so to summarise, sponsor or be sponsored. Head over to the website to read more about it. If you've got any questions, send them through the contact us link on the website, or you'll be able to email Diane directly at diane@blackhorses.co.uk or message her. I'm sure she won't mind on whatever platform you want to message her on. So that's our sponsor or be sponsored programme. And also our whole new shiny website that I really hope that you're going to enjoy exploring and seeing what the different options are for you to support the work that we do here, what really resonates with you and where you feel that you would get the most benefit from helping out. Jamie and Frey are going to continue, as I say, to keep it all updated and answer any questions. The Patreon programme, as I say, please check that out. And I think that's kind of bringing us towards the end of what I need to tell you. There is, of course, lots of other stuff going on here. There's the campaigns that are running. The static, I don't have an update on that. Because unfortunately Harry from the transport company isn't now coming till next week, but we're hoping that he is prepared to take on the challenge. The girls' winter turnout, we've had some fabulous contributions towards that, so thank you everybody who's contributed so far. Because of other things going on and me needing to work on getting this static into place, I haven't been able to give it a lot of focus in planning what we're doing down there. I pretty much have it straight in my mind how we're going to design it and lay it out, but I do obviously need to get costings together. And once I've got all those costings together, I will share that with you all, both on the channel and through the GoFundMe page, so that you're aware of what our target is and what we're trying to reach. Anyway, I think, how long have I talked for,
We're
ladies?
at 39 past.
39 past.
Yeah.
You always confuse me when you say that.
39 past 5.
So for 39 minutes.
Yes.
39, that's not bad for me. Right, okay, come on, let's have some questions.
There's one.
Okay.
Got it.
Do we need to log into the new website? That's Linda. Ray.
Okay, so the new website, when you go onto it, I'm just going to go onto it myself, you'll be able to see, so everybody can access the website, but there is a sign up login part. And it's only if you're going through the store or putting anything in your basket. You can either log in and your details will get saved, or you can just go on and be a guest, I think. I think. Am I right, Frey?
I think, yeah.
Yeah?
You can check out as a guest if you prefer.
Okay. So that's that one.
Nancy Reedy asks, can I PayPal for a teddy bear hug?
Of course you can, Nancy. So, although on our website we're
That's
connected
my
to something, he wants your shoe
I
phone.
know.
We're connected to a payment platform called Stripe. We do also have a PayPal, and I know that some of you find it much better to make donations and purchases through PayPal. That's absolutely fine. If you just put in the comments what the payment is towards, then we can make sure that we allocate that in the right way.
Where is the section for the horses on the site?
Where's the section? What, to read about
I
each
think
of the
it's
horses?
so, yeah.
There is.
Yeah.
So if you go, you'll see when you go on the screen. I wonder if I can turn this round. Let me see if I can turn it round. I probably can.
Just
Here we go.
switch that button. There you go.
There we go. Right. So when you go, so this is the home page, and when you go on the Friesian Sanctuary here, you'll see a drop down to our horses. They're really your horses. And here you will be able to go on and read about each and every one of them. Okay? So that's that part. Any more?
Somebody has asked if you've got the bear quilt to show.
The bear quilt is in the office and is huge, so would be a little difficult to bring through now, but what I can probably do is show you a picture of it somehow. How can I do that, Frey? Because if I change my screen on my phone, I might lose you all.
Right. Do we just want a picture?
There were the ones that I got. Let me see whether I can do this without losing you. Do I dare risk it?
What do you want me to go on? Can I go on
No, because I think it's on my camera roll.
Yes, it will be.
I think it will be on my camera roll.
I mean, Diane sent me a picture, but they probably won't be.
I'll tell you what we'll do is the pictures that we got yesterday when Diane and Frey held it up outside the Friendship Barn, we'll post it, once this live finishes, we'll post it as a post on the YouTube channel. Does that work for you? Hopefully. Okay. Do we have, are we munching carrots still?
Yeah, right.
Found one.
Oh. So, do we have... Nancy, I just saw that come through on
Yeah.
my screen. Would you like this one?
Someone else has already bought one.
Oh,
Just need to do,
we've got 3 left
just
then.
need to do a stock thing.
Wendy, I think you're going to be making more of these. We've just seen it, Nancy. Thank you very much. Okay, have we got any more questions? Let me have a flick through. Sorry, concentrating on the screen. So I'll tell you what I will do, as we're all here, and I've got the website on my screen here, is I'll show you. We've got the home button, the about button. So under that, we've got what's it all about, our people, Greenbank Farm, the area, map and directions, and contact us. So each of these tabs has different things that you can link to. So the Friesian Sanctuary is where you will find details of the horses and an overview. Then we've got the what's happening. And if I click on what's happening, you'll see straight away the sponsor or be sponsored programme. So you can read more about it there. It will then take you to 2 of our campaigns currently running. And I was quite keen to keep our campaigns on GoFundMe because this has proved to be the best way of keeping you updated with what's been contributed, how close we are to reaching those targets and basically where your funds are going. And this way you can choose what you want to support. So that will always appear on what's happening. We've got the experiences, an overview. We've got the Meet the Horses tours, the Friendship Barn, stable stays, the yard experience, custom experience, and photo shoots. And then, most importantly, the support button. And for those of you, we originally had, did we call it a store or a shop, Frey?
Shop.
We called it a shop. Now, because basically anything that you're buying from the shop is going towards supporting what we do here, it all made sense for it to go under the support button. So you'll see, if you scroll down to the bottom here, we have artisan goods and merchandise. And that's where you can go to see the hugs, the wallets, the greeting cards, which is a new addition that Frey's got up on here, and any of the other merchandise that we currently do. And we are looking at expanding on this. We've also got on here, and there's two ways of getting to this, the wish list, which of course is where a lot of you have been able to support us. So if we go on the wish list here, you'll see there's a link to the Amazon wish list, as we had on the other website, but also, excuse me, all the different ways in which you can support the horses, whether it's apples, carrots, treats, any of their feed, bedding, and we have a little breakdown of everything on the left-hand side. So I'm just thinking, there's me saying, I'm not going to show you through the whole website, but there we go. There's a little insight into it. But yeah, I've just seen John, very hard work. Some very hard-working girls, you lot. Well, we've got a whole community of incredible hard-working people around us. And a lot of this stuff has gone on, you know, behind the scenes, and I've not talked about it yet. So it's been really nice for us to bring you this live and for me to be able to give all of these people credit for what they're doing. And, you know, Jamie, you have worked absolute wonders on this website. You really have. And Diane, you have been a huge support to us. And, you know, I don't ever want to forget people. I can't name everybody because, you know, there's some people who prefer not to be named. And I'm just grateful. We're all incredibly grateful for the support that you offer us in whatever way it comes, whether it's a like, a share, a subscription to our channel, and you know, hopefully in time we can build our channel and we can have more and more subscribers. So, you know, if you've not done so already, that is one of the ways that you can help us that doesn't cost a penny, by just hitting that subscribe button, because the more followers that we get to the channel, the more that we can support and help these horses, the sanctuary, and oh, that's his first dropping he's just done. Yeah. And all of our visitors, you know, whether virtual or physical. Anyway, let's go for last questions. Are there any that I've not seen?
Will you be doing another beach walk day this year?
Yes, we will. Just haven't decided when, because there's lots of things going on. But I know there's quite a few people who are interested in the beach walking. So yes, I think that is something that we need to plan. Oh, Nero, that's quite a stinky one, isn't it?
That's quite a stinky
Oh,
one.
that's really quite a stinky one. Just if you're in here, we do always provide a bucket and a scoop outside. So if they do a dropping, you can always take it out. Otherwise, you do just get used to the smell over a period of time. So yes, beach walking. Anything else? Any other questions before we go? Yes, we are going to go to the beach. Thank you, Nettie Bio. Have I said Nettie Blow? Sorry. Well, thank you for bearing with me, because as I say, you know, it was quite a lot of information to give. Hello, Cheeky. You're bored now. Says I'm bored of you now.
Want
Yeah.
to go to bed?
Yeah. Okay, we'll just give it a couple more moments. We'll maybe give you a closer up of the boy. Nero.
Best horse for someone scared of horses?
Hida Uber. Hida Uber. Hoitzer. Who else would you say, Frey? Ice, yeah. Yeah. But whoever comes along here, always know that we don't just say, oh, there's the horse, get on with it. We will always assess your level of comfort and understanding of horses and your confidence, and we'll tailor the check-in into stable stays or here to suit where you are and where your comfort levels are. And we've had so many people over the years, usually people who've come along with a partner or a friend who just say, oh, I'm really scared. By the time they leave here, they're hugging horses, and they've got so much more confidence. So, you know, we will always demonstrate the do's and don'ts. There's not an awful lot of don'ts, because the Friesians, because they're so content and happy here and they know that they're understood, they're very tolerant and understanding, and they know far more and they understand far more about how people are feeling themselves and what their confidence levels are. So somebody who wasn't confident around horses or had never been around them, we certainly wouldn't put them in with Nero, because Nero is at this point in his life, he's inquisitive, he's cheeky, you know, he's more likely to nibble. So because we know the horses inside out and back to front, we can always make sure that we allocate the right horse to the right person. And we generally know as soon as you meet that horse whether you're going to gel and whether it's going to work. I'll never forget, I had a lady who booked the Friendship Barn, and she chose JB because she thought with him being little, he was going to be a less scary option for her. Well, didn't quite work like that, and I kind of knew that as soon as they came in here, because JB, when he first meets people, he gets a little bit anxious, he does quite a bit of headbutting, you know, he can nibble a little bit, and it takes a while for him to calm to your energy. So I ended up within the first 5-10 minutes saying to her, look, I think we need to change over. So I took JB out, brought Hida in, and she proceeded to have the most wonderful hour and a half with Hida in here. And she came away with far more confidence around bigger horses than around little ponies. What else we got? Anything else? He's come to eat my hat. Hello. 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 Oh, you see, all of them would just love to be in here. And, you know, maybe one day when we get to build the dream, we'll just have a massive, great big Friendship Barn, a big horsey front room with lots of dry solariums that they can all chill under, and lots of visitors in our Friesian village who can just come and love and adore them and just switch off from the outside world. Because we like switching off from the outside world, don't we? I don't want a kiss like that. You're gorgeous. You're absolutely gorgeous, aren't you? And you know it.
Sharon's asked, what does Mr. JB eat?
What does he eat? Yeah, anything he can get through his muzzle, really. So he has haylage, he has carrots, he will sometimes snack. He'll lick the bowls out from all of the others, so he can have the hay nuts. Basically, he can have anything that doesn't have sugar in it. So the natural treats that we have on the wish list, the Thunderbrook treats, he can have those as well, because they don't have molasses. it's mostly the grass that we have to be careful of because, have all the hugs gone?
Yeah.
All the hugs have gone. Congratulations. Wendy,
Everyone's gone.
we're going to need more bear hugs. We're going to need more precious bear hugs. So yes, anything sugar-free.
How old is Nero? I think.
You're 6. 6 going on 2. Aren't you? Yeesh. Yeesh. You could just sit in here with him all night.
And you've had your first donation to the sponsor programme.
Oh,
apparently. I don't know who, but
fantastic.
Diane said you've had your first.
Oh, whoever it was, thank you. Have we had any nominations yet? Surely a lot of you will know people who are having a bit of a difficult time in life, who would really leave Teddy's bears, who would really benefit from time in here. Yeah? Where's that tongue gone? Where's that tongue gone?
Yeah, Diane wasn't sure. She didn't know whether to say who.
Yeah, no, it's probably best not, data protection and all that.
Yeah.
But actually, interestingly, Diane was saying to me yesterday that, it's important to say that when you nominate somebody or sponsor somebody, it doesn't need to be somebody that you know. It might be, somebody that you've heard about through the grapevine, and you don't necessarily want to just buy them a gift voucher and out of the blue say, here you go. Don't eat the chair. That's rude. So it can be absolutely anybody. And I know that over the years we've had some really, really kind sponsors for people to come here, actually for a couple of stable stays and even for the beach walking. In fact, Rosie, who many of you will know from the story with Hannes, she's had a couple of really wonderful experiences sponsored for her by some of our followers. So yeah, it can be anyone, and they'll just be added to the list, and it will be done, I believe, on a first come first served basis. So as the nominations come through and as the fund reaches the £150, then Diane will reach out to whoever's top on the list and let them know that they're able to come along here for a session. What it won't cover is travel expenses, so hopefully anybody wanting to come along. So if you're over in the States or the Outer Hebrides or whatever, I'm afraid that it's not going to cover your flight. Well, unless somebody wants to cover your flight to come over here, who knows? Somebody might.
Yeah, I think John T.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
It's a little. He thought Nero was your personal horse that you raised. He didn't think he was a rescue.
Oh no,
He is, isn't he?
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
Yes. No, he was the one that he was going to be put down because he's got a problem with his hock, and as is the case in a lot of areas of the equestrian world, if a horse can't be used as a riding horse or a driving horse, some people think, well, what purpose in life do they have? We don't believe that. We don't think like that. So rather than allow him to just be put down, he's a young horse with a really active mind, and, we manage his pain levels and the issues he has with his leg as best as we can, and just aim to give him a good life and, stimulate that brain in whatever ways he feels he needs to have it stimulated. So yes, he was the latest rescue that. No. Inna wasn't a rescue, but Inna has come under our sanctuary scheme, so she's almost becoming a permanent resident. And then obviously we have the 2 that we fostered out last year. Anyway, I think it's about time we drew this to a conclusion. So if there are any questions that you want to ask, please head over to the website, click on the Contact Us page, and send your messages through. Because if you're joining us on catch up and not joining us live, then we're not going to see your questions on here. So can I thank you all for joining us tonight? I really hope you enjoy going through the website, and again, a massive shout out to Jamie, to Steve, to Diane, to Frey, and to all of you. Go on.
Jane's just arrived late to the party.
Jane Holden.
Yeah.
Yes.
Evening, sorry, missed you.
What
How
can I say,
rude.
Jane? Yeah, as Lisa said, how rude.
You
Yeah.
need to be up here, Jane.
Well, Jane is coming up here.
Is
Jane
she?
is coming
Probably
up
when
here.
I've gone home, I expect.
The 11th,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all right, I know. She doesn't want to
Anyway, thank you all very much. All of you, Jamie, Diane, Frey, Lisa, everybody. And I'm sorry, I can't name everybody because otherwise we'd be here for another hour. And thank you to this wonderful creature here for helping to bring so many of you into our lives. And this kiss to him mwah, is from all of you. Thank you and good night.